Hi team, Mr. Rator here, looking at chapter 1, which is on proofs and mixed practice. Question 12 says prove that the product of any three consecutive positive integers is a multiple of 6. Okay, let's start with just giving an integer, like a number. Let's start with calling it a. So the first one, let's call it a. The second is going to be a plus 1. And the third consecutive integer is going to be a plus 2. So we've got three integers values here. Okay, so before we start, let's just start with what we're going to assign a to be. Let's say a can be a multiple of 3, so let's just call it 3b, or a can be not a multiple of 3, but one bigger than a multiple of 3, so we call that 3b plus 1. Or we've got a scenario where it can be 2 bigger than a multiple of 3, so let's call a could be 3b plus 2. Okay, and obviously if we went for a being 3b plus 3, that will be a multiple of 3, so we're back to this scenario 1, etc. So these are the three separate scenarios we're going to look at and see where we go. So let's start with the first scenario where a is a multiple of 3, so we'll call it 3b. So if a is 3b, then at least one of these terms is going to be a multiple of 3. Okay, so we can say at least one of these, if this is a multiple of 3, this isn't, but one of them is going to be a multiple of 3, so we can say that when we do the product of this times this times this, it's going to be a multiple of 3. We can say that. Okay, so we can say that because that will be 3b, and that will be 3b plus 1, and you got a scenario where it's 3b plus 2. So overall we've got, because that's a 3, this is a multiple, let's just call it 3 is a multiple, so that's a multiple of 3, so we can call that overall, let's call it 3m, so that's going to be a multiple of 3. Now if we've got a scenario where we put a equals 3b, the second scenario 3b plus 1, then we've got this scenario here when we put this into our product. So we got the first one's going to be 3b plus 1, the second factor, second is going to be 3b plus 1 is going to be 3b plus 2, and the third scenario we're going to get, this a is going to be 3b plus 1, so 3b plus 1 plus 2, that's going to be 3b plus 3, which obviously here that's a multiple of 3, so the whole product becomes a multiple of 3, so that is also a multiple of 3. So I'm just going to write the product that is a multiple of 3, and likewise this was a multiple of 3. And if we get to our first scenario where we got a equals 3b plus 2, okay, we've got a situation here where this one will be the first term of the consecutives will be 3b plus 2, second term will be 3b plus 2 plus 1, which will give me 3b plus 3. So there's your multiple of 3, and this one will be the final term, third term will be 3b plus 2 plus 2, so it will be 3b plus 4. So again, because this is a product of 3, when the product, this is a multiple of 3, when we multiply all this, this will be also a multiple of 3, so that is also a multiple of 3. Right, so we've got those scenarios. The second scenario we need to look at if one of these are odd or even. Obviously, when they're three consecutive terms, if I initially started off with an odd number, this will make this odd, I'll make this term even, and it will make this term odd, even, odd. So I have in this, when it's a product, this is an even, so it's going to give me a multiple of 2. So we've got a scenario where if we got starts with an odd, then an even, then the third term will be odd as a consecutive. So now give me a multiple of 2. And if we started off with the even term, we will have an even term, and consecutive, so even will be followed by an odd, followed by an even. Either way, now we've got 2 even terms, so this is a multiple, going to be a multiple of 4, but still 4 is a multiple of 2, so this will also be a multiple of 2. Now, each term of these is going to be a multiple of 3, as we proved here, and starting with whether we have an odd or even, either way, we're going to have a multiple of 2. So when we get the product of these 3 consecutive numbers, we're going to have something which is a multiple of 3 times, could have a multiple of 2, and 3 times 2 is going to give us a multiple of 6. We're going to end up having a multiple of 6 in this scenario. So to prove that any 3 consecutive positive integers is a multiple of 6, we're going to end up in this situation, which is true. So we're always going to end up with a number which is going to be a multiple of 6.